Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is October 17th, 2019. And, excuse me, we just had a kind of a sudden, powerful storm sort of move through the area. It came last night, it was blowing all night. It actually, quite frankly, sounded like the end of the world. Um, we live in an old house that was very well built. Um, and the first year we were here, 2004, I think it was. It was either 2004 or 2005 because it was a winter storm and it was a crazy nor'easter, and I think we got 4 feet of snow. And we had just moved into the house, and we were wondering. I was wondering anyway. We have this old house. You see these storms. Is it gonna survive? I didn't know. I just bought the house, so I wasn't sure. And we we lived through that one. And really, I remember lying in bed, and because we have a upstairs bedroom, and feeling like I was going to be okay. It was like as wild as the wind was, and as deep as the snow was. The house sort of like stayed strong. And I remember that feeling of being protected. Um, I just went out to grab these cards from my office, and the wind is still blowing. It's not raining anymore, but so you can certainly feel the energy of change in the air, and it's fresh, and it's vibrant, um, albeit maybe a tad scary. Newness is always scary on some level. And then I sort of walked into my kitchen, and I could feel the warm embrace of the house, and it made me realize just how fortunate and lucky I am to have a home, to have a place of refuge and solace, to have a safe place. And there are so many people right now on the planet that don't have that. And it sort of breaks my heart. And so, in that respect, I feel like I'm even more responsible for the well being of those people who have less. And in my own little way, I try to do what I can. Um, as many people know, just maintaining a home and feeding yourself and the essential needs. Tourists uh, take a lot of time and effort to get, and so there isn't a whole lot of time for most people to sort of reach out and help others in a way. But if we all do our little part, then I think that this will be a kinder and gentler world. And I'm a little I wanted to come on and do a reading, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. There were a couple of things on my mind. Of course, after I did my morning video this morning, when the wind was still, luckily the rain had stopped, otherwise I wouldn't have been out there. But the wind was still blowing pretty hard. I had done my reading and talked about the winds of change and all of this stuff, and this sudden storm that hit like the East Coast. I think it was like from Delaware, Maryland, Delaware, or maybe Washington up to New England. I mean, it was just like a small like burst. They called it a, oh God, what is that called? Bombo blast. I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where you have the storm that just sort of like dumps. And last night it was dumping, really. High winds and precipitation. That was the point. Oh, I come in and I looked at my tablet, and I saw that Elijah Cummings had died. And somebody commented on my video that was that storm was maybe his soul, or you know, and it's true. I mean, it's true that does happen. We will have these. weather events, a breaking sort of the tension. And if you happen to be somebody who's on the edge of or closer to the veil as he was, and if anybody was able to like, if anybody watched the news and saw him, and even just in his face, if you know anything about face reading, you could see that, he had the bags under his eyes. He was under a lot of stress, a lot of tension. He was a very, very, he was a beautiful soul, really. I sort of been teary ever since I found out he passed because um, we've lost a great man, and yet um, we have to, as individuals, take the mantle on from him, right? We have to take his um, his energy and move it forward. He's graced us, and now it's our responsibility to sort of pay it forward with that grace. But you could see that he was close. You could see that he was unwell. If you knew to look for those things, under the eyes like that is usually kidney, and kidney is, is very much a kidney is where you have your chi, as I understand it. And I'm not an expert, but I do have a friend who's a good friend of mine who's a fabulous acupuncturist, chiropractor in Brooklyn. If you ever need a name, I'll give it to you. She's amazing. Um, she told me once about the chi, and that the kidney chi is sort of the energy that you're born with. You have strong kidney chi, you can live a long, healthy life. And I could see from his face that he didn't have, um, that there were issues there. Um, and incidentally, the kidneys are symbolic of, the kidneys are ruled by Libra, which is about balance and trying to like stay on an even keel. And it was kind of his thing. It was kind of his thing. So I thought I would do a quick reading on Elijah V. And I know, when they pass over, oftentimes there's a period of time before the spirit soul will come through and give any kind of information. And I would not consider myself a medium in any way. I have psychic sensitivities, but mediumship is a sort of a specialty. You know, I've been a chiropractor for 30 years, but I wouldn't do back surgery, even though I really understand the back. You need the training, you need the proper training, and mediumship is like that. But I thought we could look at the cards and see messages either from Elijah or from his guides, or the timeliness of this passing, um, in the grand scheme of things. And of course, on the other side of things, the 45th president is, just, quite frankly, it looks like he's in a death spiral. And unfortunately, well, he's taking a lot of people with him. Some of them deserve to go, and others are suffering, perhaps that don't deserve to suffer. And it's a very hard thing to see. Um, but this is, the way of the world, it seems. So I want to do a quick reading on Elijah Cummings, and I also want to do a reading on the Kurds. So if I can get both those readings done, I'm already talking to you for almost 9 minutes. So I guess maybe I just wanted to talk. But let's do Elijah. Let's do Elijah. Let's see. Um, let's see if we have some messages here. And I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot, of course. I guess the other side of life is the wild unknown in a way. And he passed in a wild unknown storm. So let's see. Personally, and I say I'm not a medium, but personally, I feel his energy right here. I feel like he has something to say, that something needs to be revealed. And so let's see what that is. Okay. Okay. These still are kind of new, so they're hard to. Okay, the Fool. So this is really, he is in a new place. He has taken the leap, right, into a new way of, uh, a new level of existence. He has dropped the body, and now he is in spirit. And it is symbolic of us having to drop things that no longer serve us on some level. Um, his body no longer served, or his body could no longer serve the greatness of his spirit. And so his spirit stands without the body. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is about action. This is about a time for action, a time to make a decision, cut. The thing about the Ace of Swords, it's also a justice energy. Or the thing about the Ace of Swords is that once you make a decision to cut, can't go back, you can't put it back together again. And so it's about a decisive action here. So the Fool, Zero card, the Ace of Swords, all new beginning cards. The Two of Wands here, the two of I guess these are wands or sticks, I guess. But this is about leaning on each other. This is about working together. This is about coming together. And yet, this is like your minds come together, but your feet can still stand apart. You don't have to be standing on the same ground, but you do need to come together, um, in your mind, in your mind. And I think that might be a message to his colleagues. Okay, so he's rising up. This is a rebirth energy. This is the Six of Wands, the victory card, victory over death, victory over the, and we have all these sort of sticks or wands down here in sort of a tangle, and he was able to transcend that. And I think what he's trying to tell us is that we too can transcend the tangle that we find ourselves in. Okay, one more. And oh my God, these are amazing. Ace of Wands, new beginnings, new starts, new life. He is telling, he is telling us that the light is coming, the light is here, the light is on its way. I think when people like him, um, just people who've touched people's lives, people whose lives have been a testament to integrity, when they pass into spirit, it's as if now they get to do the work on the other side. Now they get to do the work at a higher level. It's almost like they're opening the doors for us. And so he does. He opens the doors for us. And on the bottom of this, we have the the Father of Cups, the Black Swan. Black Swan is symbolic of sort of the void from which all creation comes, and the cup on top being the cup of love and unconditional love. And so he is moving to into that place, back into the void, and he offers up his cup for us to drink from and for us to continue his work. Okay, my mom just woke up, so I have to scoot, but I am going to come back and do a reading on the cards. So, thank you, Elijah, for all you've done. You're going to be missed, and but I know you're not going to stop working. Take care. Have a great day. I'll be back.